And I do believe this is a life he meant for me. When I'm dead and gone, and by my grave you stand, you just say, God called home. You're wandering, you're rambling, man.
Diana, you're chasing a story. You went to see a man about a horse. What do you got?
This bow tie wearing Staten Island lawyer is taking a stand for the Cowboys.
Ride 'em, cowboy!
I like fighting for the underdog in a lot of cases, and he's the definite underdog. I just didn't think he was being treated fairly.
This is why we're sitting in traffic on the Outerbridge Crossing.
I stood him up enough.
What could they do to you? Gonna lock you up? They're gonna lock you up.
They didn't know what the heck to do.
I know.
Richard Luthmann is defending Todd Doc Mishler, the cowboy made famous for this. This was in June when Doc rode his horses along the Outerbridge Crossing. His horses were then taken from him, a veterinarian discovering that his horses were dehydrated and also had bleeding sores. He's now being charged with animal cruelty, but his lawyer says those charges are baseless.
He says it himself, these aren't show horses, these are go horses. You know, he's a cowboy. The cowboys, they love their horses. And he understands that there's that animal husbandry in the sense that if you don't keep your horse strong and well fed and ready to go, then you're not going anywhere.
Now you might be wondering, why did this incident even take place? What was Doc doing in New York City with his horses? Well, it turns out it was all for charity. Doc was making his way cross country to raise awareness for childhood hunger. But animal activists say, don't be fooled by this. I spoke with Chad Light. He's a member of Stop Doc Mishler. He says that, I know, there is. So he basically is like,
you want to like this guy, you want to support him because of the stuff that he says, but really he's just taking advantage of people.
He says he adopted another one of Doc's horses that he was forced to surrender, and he says he saw firsthand the abuse that these horses encountered.
When he came here, you could see his hips, his shoulder bones, all of his ribs, and then you begin to realize from people across the country that they had pictures of similar horses that he had to surrender to avoid prosecution or charges for animal neglect.
As for the pending case, that will take place on October 19th. Doc is also suing the city, wait for it, for $50 million.
At least, of course.
That's a lot of money. He says that the city has unfairly taken his horses and now he's fighting to get them back. But he says the money will go towards fighting heroin addiction in Staten Island, which we know is a place that does have a big problem with heroin.
So where was he going? He doesn't have a home, so is he just going?
I don't know. Yeah, he just rides.
He's a cowboy.
He just rides, man.
He's on the road, he just rides. There you go.
And I do believe this is a life he meant for me. When I'm dead and gone, and by my grave you stand, you just say, God called home. You're wandering, you're rambling, man. That's something like that.